Um, I don't think I want to go particularly high. Just kind of have it up here where it will do its thing. So I think maybe over here, right in here to the left of the road, is where we could put a pole barn or something maybe. We could put a house there, but there's a drop off there pretty quickly. To the right we could put something, a pole barn or lots of other things down 100 feet or so. There's still some pretty good clear space, particularly to the right. Do a pole barn or something. Could even put a house up here if you wanted to. So what's your plan? Taking pictures? Do what? Oh. Well, this should give us a pretty good view of things. Now we can see the traffic to the right of the road there running down pretty close to the flat spots, and then starts to drop down here pretty steeply. Particularly as we round this curve, it gets a little steeper. Actually, then it starts to flatten out here a bit, so you might be able to put something right in here before the next drop off. Huh? Do what? Real kind of drop off or kind of flat? Drop off?
Drop off.
Yeah. So they probably put the road here, about the only place we could do it without doing some terraforming. So this is the only spot right here where I've really seen any wash of water coming through, and even this isn't too bad. So here, from the direction of travel, there's a pretty steep cut up to the right, and there's a pretty good spot for a house up there, and there's a less steep graveled section to the left, and then as we come down a little bit further, there's this cut through to the right that goes back over to the right side of the lot from the road view. Where do you want to go first? Just up to the left. You think? Yeah. Up to the left here. Huh?
Did you go up there?
I went all the way up there, but it's let's just start with a logical first place and work our way around, and if we still have energy we can try to bushwhack our way down to the other stuff at the end. Huh? Out of the woods. I'm getting our turtle. Picture of our turtle down here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, there's a pretty good spot up here to the left. Certainly not a big hill, so you could put a house without too much tilt on it right here. Drops off to the right pretty good, but you could put it. So I'm hoping for a spot where you can drive into the, this would be pretty good. You could drive into the side of it for a, for a single level entry, and then you could have a, almost needs more slope than this for a walkout basement, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you could have it. What? Maybe, maybe not. Looks like more than over there, but yeah, it's a pretty good spot here. Relatively wide. Not too much terrain. Yeah, this would be a pretty good spot, I think. Unclear ground, pretty. Stop it. I just want to acknowledge this. Yeah, really, any of this along here, just a couple hundred feet here, it's pretty good. I'll go up high here a little bit and see. Higher view. Yeah, the camera's probably about 10, 12 feet off the ground at this point, for reference. Generally speaking, running the camera about 7 or 8 feet off the ground. A couple feet above my head. There's another. Yeah, this whole section here you could build something pretty easy, I think. You think? Yeah, much. Seems like it was kind of huffing it up here when y'all were up here before.
About as far as we can.
Yep.
As far as we went.
Okay. Here, hold this a second. Hold it to the bottom. Screen camera. Yes. So this is kind of a flat spot here where they push some gravel back. It goes up pretty flat up here, even to and back around. This is almost levelish all the way around, and it's a fairly gentle slope down here, at least to a little creek ravine back off here straight ahead. And yeah, pretty good drop.
Thinking right here.
Yep, that's a pretty good spot. A nice view all the way back in here. It's a level spot, levelish. Pretty good.
Kind of look high, so you're not in the-
Yeah, you're not down to the. You're up in a higher view. And if we wanted to, we could cut some trees back to provide some little more look back in this direction, you know, downhill.
Getting ready to panel you, so you don't want to be in the panel.
That's all I'm shooting is, you know. Ish. Then after the gravel, here heading up a little bit more of a slope. They can gravel it, but this is been pushed back. It actually doesn't look too. Looks like this would be quite drivable. It's a mix of soil and rock, so I don't think it'd be that slick to run on. Now I think by the time we get up here, I'm starting to see a little bit of a clearing. It's where the power line is up here, so this may be toward the end of the property line. I suspect it is. Actually, this might be the access spot. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is where you could drive into the property from the road up here. I let car go by just a second ago. So I think the corner of the property comes right up here. Where this could be an alternate entrance. Particularly split things from one of the other pieces of property. You can't drive into it right now, but I don't think it'd take much work to get where you could. I don't think it would interfere with or look bad from the adjacent properties.
Put in a road.
Do what?
If you built up here, if you put in a road.
That's what I'm thinking. So that's one of the questions. That's one of the questions we need to ask. Is I'm sure it's possible. I just don't know what it takes to get permission to put a driveway or road in. The road right there, or is it further up? Guess we'll see when somebody drives by here in a second. Yeah, I think the road's the other side of this big tree, but I think it follows the power lines up here. Got a car coming up here. We'll see where it goes. Right the other side of the power line. Raise this up for a better view, but not sure what all we got there as far as terrain. This is buildable back up here if you wanted to, even if you want to put your pole barn in back up here someplace between the road and the house, you know. So this is flat enough to do that. I feel more optimistic than I was about finding a not too troublesome spot to build.
Yeah.
You know. It's pretty good here. I'll have to go look up on the other side. But I think you could easily build, of course, maybe I just need to not worry about property splitting too much. my concern is,
Yeah, but you want to. Even if it's, well, I'm not saying, but even if it's 10 acres and an acre and a half and an acre and a half,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll have
something, it's like, while we're family,
to. It's great, but
it's
then
open to anybody,
yeah.
but
and then
if you want to sell,
yeah,
I think we need. Even if it's not an even divide, something
right,
that-
right. Yeah, I'm thinking that it may not be an even divide, but
If we're friends, you'll,
huh?
as long as you're friends and family, you're welcome to
Yeah.
sell property, but
So yeah, so anyway, I was thinking one house here, and then one house of that. You could have one. Okay. If you had another one here close
this
by.
is my preference right now.
This is right up here.
Um,
Yes, yes, I agree. Okay, you know this down low.
Go back there, maybe much quieter.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, I won't be as close to the road. I just don't think the road's going to be a major factor. I mean, there haven't been that many cars coming by.
Major highway. It's so hard the other day. Humid.
Well, it's humid. And even Kelton said it was
Hard the
much
other
more humid than normal. For me, it was because I just walked up the other side over there.
day. No, you had.
You know, still rough. So you could easily do another one down here that's a decent distance from that top piece. I don't know if you want to, but
You might could put a pole barn down here to be closer to.
oh, that's true to everybody else.
I'm not sure how much you wanted on the front of the property.
That's true.
Easy out to see.
Too easy for people to pilfer. Well, really, you could put it anywhere down here prior to this little curve.
And I think
Where
you
it gets
definitely want to put video surveillance on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, you just camping out there, Bubba?
It's in the sun. It's a nice, beautiful, warm spot.
Get a little warm. Get a little warmed up. So we're coming back down here to the dip, and straight ahead to our direction of travel. It goes back up to the gate. Trying to narrate because I don't know how obvious all this is going to be. I'm looking at the video.
Seems like it would be obvious.
It seems but like many things, I know right where that is. Can't find it to save my life. So again, back to the right is the kind of the other half of the property, and then we're going to go up this verticalness. Yeah, so they pushed some trees back to kind of clear this spot out a little bit. And this may not be a water problem at all. It's just you don't know until you have a big rain. Huh?
I'll probably put something here.
Yeah, this is a relatively spat plot. But there's not much side to get to there. There's a fair amount on the other side over here. Maybe you can get around there. Because I really would like to be able to drive up, even with a walkout basement, long terms, be able to drive up to a single level with at least a carport. So you're not having to, maybe that's a pipe dream a little bit, if I'm to the point that I have to have a single level. Maybe I don't need to be living out here. You know?
I want a plan for a single level.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I don't mind like the extra rooms up or down, but
Right. I was just thinking,
For the
if you,
most part.
if you have a basement garage and then have to come upstairs, is that a big problem or not?
I don't think so. I don't think if you want to drive anyway. Depends.
I know. Like everything, it
Don't
depends.
break your hip or.
This is even potentially a good site here.
Yeah. Good for the Heckmans.
Huh?
Good for the senior Heckmans maybe. With their 4-wheel drives.
Yep.
Or maybe we just buy a 4-wheel drive.
Well, we could buy a second one.
Oh, so this is still a road here, huh?
Huh?
This is still kind of a road.
Oh yeah. We have not achieved the end yet. Well, looks like a pretty good flat spot up there to the right too, maybe. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Come up the road here and then cut back in for your main level. It's actually pretty good
Yeah.
over to where the sunshine is on the far side. Looks like it's not bad. It's a pretty good wide lot. We may like this one better instead. Something else here I can comment on while I rest? But really, anywhere along in here, you could build something, I think. Along in here to the right. Starting to level off a little bit more in here. big old tree. Oh yeah. Right in here's
There's a cleared out lot right there.
this spot here, and then off here to this side on the right is pretty good size levelish spot. And there's even sun coming through on this spot. A little bit further from the road, you don't hear the road quite as much. Okay, push back in here some too. Yeah, it looks like this spot is right against the back side of the property. Oh, not quite. Okay, it gave me a new update. What do you think?
I think they're all pretty good. There's several options.
Yes, there's probably at
More
least,
than three.
yes, there's more than 3 options.
It's just like maybe they might have cleared it for
Well,
possibly.
I think it's more just cleared for access so you can get back here and see what's here. But now, I don't think you can come back across here from the road because I think the gully goes on off the property. You could build a bridge, I guess, if you wanted to, which is a possibility. Back in Rockwall, where I actually counted the trees.
Yeah. We were so excited to have what?
Huh?
10, 15, or 20 or something.
Say again?
We were so excited to be able to count 10,
Oh yeah,
10,
like 13 or 15 or something like that. Yeah. And they were like children if you lost one. There's a pine cone, so we must have some pine in here somewhere. Don't see it off the top of my head, but oh, there's one. Yep. At least one.
Oh.
They remind me so much of the flipping junipers that I'm not that in love with pines. But it's nice to have some of the winter though, so everything doesn't turn brown. Okay. Coming back down the road. I need better shoes before I go traipsing off through the. These don't hold my feet stable side to side.
fall and you having to carry me, but if you fall,
You have to call 911.
probably have to call 911 if I fall, but
I was gonna say, if you fall more than about 10 feet from the car, I have to call 911 too. What kind of shape I'm in. Oh yeah, let's look back in here.
yeah.
So I'm encouraged about either of those places. You could, this side or the other,
Yeah.
side, you could have a pole barn, or if you decided you wanted to build two houses closer together, there'd be some separation.
Yeah.
Knew we should have got the Genesis with all-wheel drive. We can get you a new Genesis with all-wheel drive. Even if we come down here until we get to this last drop.
Even that Toyota that Dominic had was pretty nice.
That's true. None of it's, I mean, this is, you could build anywhere in here. Seems like there's more wider spots here than there are on the other side.
Yeah. Get up on the ridge, kind of up on the ridge up here.
Yeah,
So
start to flatten out a bit. My tendency is to want to turn my feet sideways for additional grip, but since this doesn't hold my feet like house shoes, my feet just kind of slide off. See any big critters back in here?
I don't see a bunch of trash like people have been.
Oh yeah, come back here and yeah, the only spot I've really seen trash is right up in that up the first road by the first road by the road where people have thrown out bottles and stuff, but really not much of that even. Oop. Okay. Back this way now, I guess. Okay, so we're going back to the on the right road at the bottom of the hill. This is, looks like we got our little wet weather creek off to the right. Much further this cleared spot goes back in here. Well,
Maybe it's because I cleared those other areas of that.
well, this is kind of the river bottom,
Yeah.
or the creek bottom. Not kind of, it is the creek bottom. Oops, almost. But I think eventually you start clearing out some of this stuff and make it a little more navigable. It'll be a nice area to walk down. I'm not sure how close the road is from here. Feel like it's a good little distance up there. You know? Yeah, it drops off again pretty good here. So I'm not sure what's up there. Did you see somebody go by? Oh, so it's pretty close? Huh? Well, it's that means that back this way goes pretty deep, you know, back this way. And so there's a lot back there we just can't really see at this point.
I think it's. Well, if you can see it from there, I can see it from here.
Oh, is that the car up there or something? The light spot?
It's not the car, but that's the road.
Okay.
That light spot, and it kind of.
Okay. So where's the light spot? Way up there? Like, yeah, okay. So there's a light spot way up there, this road. So we're really pretty far away from the road.
Yeah, but it's.
Yeah, it's very vertical. Well, and if you get some equipment in here, then you can cut a road into the side of this hill that goes on around wherever you want to go here, you know. And it looks like it might even level off. Let me look up there. Don't want to climb up there, but no other way to see it. Well, can't tell. It looks like it might level off up there. And 50 feet or less be a flatter spot. Okay. It kind of makes sense if you see how suddenly this rises here, then it might kind of level off up there. we could mow this out and make this the centralized meadow area. Which would be kind of nice.
I'm done.
You done?
Same.
Okay.
All looks the same now.
I'm gonna run the camera back up to the car just for consistency's sake. So don't be cussing at me yet.
Or refrain.
We're refraining for another 5 minutes. I'm not sure this is any steeper than the, well, the other side probably is a little bit steeper, but not a lot.
Yeah.
It's just with a gravel you can
Grip.
get a grip and more confidence. What? What is it?
Sock.
Oh. Some poor kid got beat for losing a sock.
Hey.
Definitely gonna have to have your golf cart get around here with a fresh charge on the battery. We're going up and down.
I just picked up across the street.
Do what? 8604. So it must be 8605 or something. There's 8610. Okay.